It seems that we're frozen, so I'll just wait a second before I get started. That seems to be the way it always goes. Today we're going to be telling time to the half hour. This is lesson 8.8. The first thing I want you to do is get a piece of paper and I want you to draw a circle on it. And I want you to divide that circle into 2 equal shares. And once you did that, I want you to tell me what you'd call one of the 2 parts. What do you call that? Drawing a circle, break it into 2 equal shares. Hopefully you had a pencil with you and paper or a dry erase board. Okay. Did you say half or 1/2? Hopefully you did. Or 1 of 2. You could have said that as well, obviously. But today we're talking about half hours. A half an hour, which is 1/2 of the total. And when we look at the circle, it can remind us of what our analog clock looks like. If I was going to take this clock right here and cut it in half and shade 1/2 of it, then it would look like this, right? And that should be what your circle looks like. Half. The part of the clock that we shaded is half of the clock. And actually the time from when it was 0 o'clock to 30 is half of an hour. Okay. Okay, so now that we have learned so much about halves and so much about time, we're going to work a little bit more on half an hour. This clock says it is now half an hour past 4 o'clock. Okay, it was 4 o'clock and now it's half an hour after 4 o'clock, so it's between 4 and 5. All right, so I have this clock set at 4 o'clock. Okay, so imagine it's 4 o'clock. Time passes. 4:05 minutes, 7, 8, 9, 10, 4:10. Here's 4:15. And now I've gone halfway from 4 to 5. Do you see how I carried it all the way around? Well, here we go back. So it's 4 o'clock. And now I'm going halfway past. Oops, it's tricky. There we go. And that now has been a half an hour. And it's 4:30 now. Halfway between 4 and 5. We can see that it was 4 o'clock. And then I went halfway around the circle. And I ended up at 4:30. That's half an hour. If I go the other half of the circle, it becomes 5 o'clock. What time is it going to be if I go another halfway around the circle? I'm going forward in time. What time would it be? Did you say 5:30? Let's see if that's true. Oops, there we go. 5:30, that's right. And if I do the other half an hour, it gets us to 6 o'clock. You probably can predict what happens next, right? You're right, 6:30. I heard people say that, 6:30. Very good. I'm going to pause this there. All right, so now we're looking at this clock right here. And we see that it says 2:30. Does that match up? Let's see. Okay, so it started at 2 and it went halfway around, but it's not 3 o'clock yet, is it? So it's 2:30. That does make sense. That's exactly right. If we look at this clock right here, can you tell me what time it is? Go ahead and write that down. Write that digital time down on a piece of paper and see what you get. Did you write down 9:30? I hope you did. This is the one we're going to do to take for our lesson tomorrow, okay? So what I want you to do is look at this clock right here. And I want you to decide what the digital time is based on looking at this analog clock. And I want you to write that down on your piece of paper so you have it for tomorrow when we Zoom, because I'm going to ask you what the clock said. Okay, you're going to have to save this one so you have it. And this will be for our Tuesday Zoom. You should be looking at this on Monday. Okay? And then we'll check and see. We'll see what we know. All right. Bye, guys.